Bro, you ever think about how sometimes the most powerful move is no move at all? Just staying silent, not texting, not checking in, not posting, not even caring. But don't get it twisted. Silence isn't weakness. It's actually one of the strongest things you can do. Why? Because silence is a conscious choice. It's you taking back control of yourself. When you go quiet, you're not giving them a stage to create drama or mess with your emotions. You're cutting off access to your energy. You're no longer trying. You're drawing the line. You're done fighting for someone who couldn't even see your worth. You used to show up with care, loyalty, and presence, and they took it for granted, like it was just always going to be there. But now, all they're left with is emptiness. And that's where the real power of silence shows up. A lot of people misunderstand it. They think silence means you're hurt, you're broken, trying to heal. But real silence? It's strength. It's full control. When you don't say anything, you're not just withholding words. You're pulling back your entire presence. And that's when the questions start kicking in for them. Do they not care anymore? Am I nothing to them now? See, people crave noise, arguments, sweet words, closure, effort. But silence flips the whole dynamic. It forces them to sit with their own thoughts. And what do they find there? Guilt, doubt, regret. That version of you who used to chase them? Gone, buried. Now you're the version that doesn't need a reason, doesn't react, doesn't explain. You're a mystery. You're the storm they didn't see coming. While they're scrolling through your profile looking for signs you still care, you're over here building yourself up, growing, evolving, making moves in silence that speak louder than all the sorries they never said. You're not trying to win their heart anymore. You're winning your own. So remember, your silence isn't empty. It's power. And eventually, that power starts to weigh on them. Let their own guilt be the thing that eats away at them in the quiet. Not because you want them to suffer, but because you just want peace. And sometimes, peace only comes when you stop trying to talk to someone who never listened in the first place. If you're tired of always being the one who tries, and you're ready to just be still and let them feel that weight, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and drop a comment below. As said, my silence is louder than my pain. Point 1. Why silence is so powerful. A lot of people get silence wrong. They think it means you don't care, or you're too scared to say how you feel, or you're weak. But the truth is, silence, real silence, is strength. It's a conscious decision to step back, protect your dignity, and stay in control of your emotions. When you go quiet, you're not giving them the power to play with how you feel. You're not giving them access to your valuable energy. You're reminding yourself that relationships should be mutual, not one-sided effort. Silence makes them uncomfortable. It puts them in a space of uncertainty. Suddenly they're thinking, am I not important to them anymore? The silence forces them inward, into a spiral of their own thoughts and insecurity. That's the shift. That's where they start feeling the loss. Point 2. Silence as a way to take control. In a world full of overreactions, the one who stays calm and quiet, that's the real winner. You don't need to yell, cry, or chase attention. You just stay quiet and stay focused on you. Don't let them pull your strings. If you're not easy to provoke, they start to feel powerless. And that fear of losing control, that's when guilt starts creeping in. Silence doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you're not letting your feelings run the show. You know that reacting emotionally only adds fuel to the fire. So staying calm, that's real power. You don't need to be dramatic. Just be grounded, composed, and self-assured. Point 3. Stop replaying the past. When they leave, it's so easy to get stuck in the past, replaying conversations, memories, hopes. But all that does is trap you in pain and slow your healing. You don't need closure from them. What you need is to stop pressing rewind on a story that's already over. The past is a trap. The more you relive it, the more power you give to your pain. The key is accepting that it's done. You don't need a reason or explanation. It wouldn't change the ending anyway. What you do need is to focus forward. Heal by building strength from within, not by looking for answers that won't fix anything. Point 4. You're not their hero. We all fall into that trap, trying to save someone who's falling apart. But listen, that's not your job. You're not here to rescue anyone from their own chaos. You're here to protect your own boundaries and your own peace. Real adults take responsibility for their lives. If they can't handle their mess, that's on them. You don't need to be their emotional crutch or their escape. If they couldn't appreciate you when they had you, that's their burden now, not yours. Point 5. Your worth doesn't disappear when they leave. Too many people feel like their value drops when someone walks away. But your worth? It comes from within. No one can take that from you, not even someone who stops loving you. Their rejection isn't a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their inability to see it. So stop needing validation from someone who couldn't give it in the first place. You're still enough, still worthy, still valuable, all on your own. Point 6. Indifference is magnetic. One of the strongest moves you can make? Just stop caring. Don't text them. Don't check their socials. Don't stalk. Let them feel what it's like to lose access to you. That mystery, that quiet absence, drives people wild. They start wondering, do I still matter to them? Are they gone for good? That fear is powerful, and it shows them just how little control they have over you now. Point 7. Own your emotions. Every time you let them push your buttons, when you snap, cry, argue, you hand them your power. So don't. Don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you shaken. Practice staying calm. Practice holding your line. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Let them regret ever taking your emotions for granted. Your silence will say more than your anger ever could. Point 8. Evolve in the shadows. Here's the part they never see coming. Your silence? That's your transformation. You're rebuilding, but you're not putting it all over social media. You're not making noise. You're just moving different. Healing in private, growing in the dark. No need to brag about it. Just let your growth speak for itself. The less you show, the more they'll wonder. And the more they wonder, the more they'll miss you. Point 9. Let regret hit them. That silence? It echoes back when they go through old messages, scroll your page, and find nothing. It's the loudest message of all. Let them sit with that regret. Let them feel the weight of what they lost. Not because you want revenge, but because you're finally at peace. Point 10. They always come back. People think it's over, that they've moved on. But the truth? They always circle back when they realize no one else matches what you gave. When they see you're no longer attached, that's when the regret kicks in. And when they come back, you won't need to react. You'll be calm, in control, grounded, because this time, you've already moved on. Final point. You never needed closure. We always think, if they just tell me why, if I could just say I've moved on. But closure? That's a myth. There's no magic conversation that makes the pain disappear. Closure is your choice. It's the moment you decide to accept it, let go, and move forward. It doesn't come from them. It comes from you. So remember this. Your greatest power is already inside you. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you know when to wait, when to act, and when to let go. Don't let anyone else define your worth. Rise, stay confident, keep growing, and let your silence speak louder than the words they never said. Until next time, keep shining and stay strong. You've got this.